Welcome to Recap, where we summarize our favorite movies and how they're made. My name is Deervolt, and today, in preparation for Season 3, we're taking a look at Squid Game Season 2. Squid Games is essentially the Hunger Games, but if it was on a kid's playground, and all the kids were actually greedy, debt-filled adults who would stop at nothing to win. Before we dive into this creepy adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, or one of the pink soldiers might just kidnap you tonight. Why does this series exist? Directed and written by Wang Dong-hui, Squid Game became a massive hit with the first season airing in 2021. The premise was about a man who struggled with debt and kept on gambling. He found a way into the deadly games and survived. The first season amassed a whopping $900 million through Netflix. Crazy, right? Well, yeah, except for the fact that the creator of the show only got a small flat fee stipulated in his contract. Regardless, the series blew up, and for good reason too. Well, guess what? The show is back with the second season of The Gruesome Game. Let's take a dive into Season 2 so you can be ready for Season 3, which, might I add, is just around the corner. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. Episode 1, Bread and Lottery. We take a time jump 2 years after Season 1. Gi-hoon, player 456, spends 2 years hunting the recruiter, tracking him via subways and motels, but never had any luck finding him, until now. He is seen in the subway, playing dachi and slapping the daylights out of someone. Gi-hoon has 2 men follow him. He stops at a convenience store to buy scratch cards, specifically 100 of them. Yeah, I don't know why, this guy is still gambling. He then visits a bakery and purchases a whole lot of bread buns. The 2 men follow him into a park filled with homeless people. The recruiter tries to tempt the homeless with a cruel bread or scratch card choice. One person picks the bun. Nobody won anything from the scratch card. He then stomps the rest of the bread buns to a pulp. Soon they follow Gong-yu into an alleyway where he beats up the 2 men Gi-hoon hired. Gi-hoon catches up and investigates the alleyway, only to find blood and some bags and a knife belonging to one of the men. But Gong-yu, he is watching from the roof of a nearby building. Gong-yu ties up the men and says they are going to play a game. The craziest game of rock, paper, scissors and Russian roulette all mashed into one. One of the trackers dies in this unruly game and the other gives up the location of Ji-hoon. Oh, and did I mention John Ho, the rogue cop from Season 1, is still alive? Rescued by one Captain Park, every week he goes out trying to find the mysterious island that hosts the games. We pan over to Gi-hoon's hideout, which is a motel. Spoiler alert, Gong-yu found Ji-hoon. They sit down and Gong-yu pulls out a gun. He says let's play a game, Russian roulette. They keep pulling the trigger until the gun finally goes off. Thankfully, Ji-hoon survives, which paves the way for an epic Season 2. Are you still with us? Then take this opportunity to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Okay, bye. Back to the video. Episode 2, Halloween Party. Jun-ho joins forces with Ji-hoon and Woo-suk, who is one of the surviving men from the rock, paper, scissors Russian roulette. He also mentions that he can get some hired guns to help with funding the front men. They look tough. Ji-hoon plants a tracker in a fake tooth. Jun-ho conceals his identity and family link. Ji-hoon, Jun-ho, and Woo-suk attend a mysterious Halloween event to trace the front men. They find a bunch of pink men inside the club and get tased by them. Ji-hoon follows a pink man to a limo where he is told to get in. Ji-hoon confronts the front man by a limo speaker and voluntarily re-enters the games. He's got a tracker in place and a small squad of trained mercenaries behind him. What could possibly go wrong? Kang Newell appears. She is an escapee from North Korea and is trying to get her child over to South Korea, but it's a tricky business. Initially seeming like a player receiving a player card, but turns out to be the opposite. This seems important somehow, so stay tuned. Episode 3, 001. Ji-hoon wakes up among 456 other players. A new twist. Players may vote to stop the games entirely. They can then split the money and go home alive. Ji-hoon also finds his friend from back home, and he too fell on hard times. That's why he's in the games. Naturally, the first game is red light, green light. Ji-hoon notices his tracker is gone and pretty much says, I'm so fucked. All is going pretty well. Ji-hoon gives everyone instructions on how to survive the game, then a bee lands on an absolute hottie and gets taken out. Just like that, we have our first kill. Then panic ensues, and just like the first season, an absolute slaughter takes place. Thanos, player 230, pops pills like a mad lad and ruthlessly pushes other players to their death. Pretty much a dick move in any instance. Ji-hoon's guidance helps many people survive. Soon they finish the first game and head back to the main living quarters. Everyone looks like they've lost all hope. Later we see all the money drop from the eliminated players into a large piggy bank attached to the ceiling. This gets the people riled up. Ji-hoon mentions that everyone is allowed to take a vote to stay or go home. Soon voting takes place. Wanting to go home gives you a red X, and wanting to stay gives you a blue O. While voting takes place, Ji-hoon tries to convince the people to leave, but arguing ensues. He then says he was the sole survivor from the games 3 years ago and that everyone in the room is going to die. No one believes him. Some say he knows the next game and he can help them through it. This is enough to convince more people to stay. After voting, the last person to vote is number 1. He is the deciding factor that will let everyone stay or return home. But unlike the first season, he votes to stay. Episode 4, 6 Legs. Player 001 initiates a fabricated camaraderie with Ji-hoon and Jung-bae. For whatever reason, I don't know, deception maybe. Or maybe to prove a point. The 2 winners came back to the game. Ji-hoon has no idea who he is, but still gladly brings him along. The episode exposes a secret August harvesting ring run by masked officers. No-Il silently sabotages them by killing selected players. She was one of the snipers in the first game. At least she has some form of morality, I think. Ji-hoon tells everyone that the next game there will be 4 doors. The door corresponds with the sugar snack shape you have to cut out. Ji-hoon tells everyone to pick the circle as it is the easiest to cut out. Sounds simple enough, right? I mean, who wants to cut out an umbrella? Unfortunately for him, the game has changed. The second game, the 6-legged pentathlon, blending 5 childhood games. Ducky, Flying Stone, Gongi, Spinning Top, and Jeggy. If you fail to reach the end before time runs out, sorry for you, but game over. During this game, we are introduced to some of the more key characters. Honju, who is a trans ex-soldier, Jang Jim-ja, who's the mother of Jok Shik. Both are really wholesome, but the son has a terrible gambling addiction, and his mom is just trying to pay off his debt. Episode 5, One More Game. Jong-hoo inspires everyone during the game, allowing them to win and go through to the next game. After we get a small compilation of everyone winning and failing, it was a bit gruesome, but that's what we do here. Ji-hoon's team got through by the skin of their teeth, thanks to the front main guy losing every brain cell with the spinning top. The team's happy that they survived, and they start growing a lot closer to each other. We see Kang Nual get targeted by the other guards, specifically the organ traders. She keeps executing the other players that guards are keeping alive, specifically to harvest their organs before cremating the bodies. Only this time, they've had enough, and will kill her the next time she does it. A vote is held, but the majority choose to continue the game even though 001 urged them to quit. And he was the one who wanted the game to continue. Crazy, right? Is it just me or is this guy acting like a human being? We cut to Jeon-ho, Woo-suk, and the team ramping up the search area. They are pretty bad at this, but to be fair, there are tons of islands, so pinpointing the right one is finding a needle in a haystack. The next game is Mingle instead of Marbles. Mingles is a deadly numbers-based carousel game. Players are grouped by forced selection, and those left out die instantly. Thank God this isn't gym class. This Mingle game is actually pretty insane, to be honest. I mean, the game itself looks great to play with your friends, but getting gunned down by an MP5 isn't really on my bucket list. As the rounds go on, the group of people allowed in each room start decreasing. Brutal. Hopefully you are the popular one in this group. While voting is taking place, again, we pan over to the search team. They stumble across a metal latch. What's inside? Who knows? Let's find out. And boom. Yep, honestly, I'm not surprised at this point. The voting ends in a tie. Unfortunately, the next vote will be conducted the next day to allow some proper decision making. But I don't think that's how it will go down. We pan back over to the search team. Out of the 2 people who opened the latch, one died and the other one is pretty badly injured, but he wants to press on like a champ. What a goat. Back at the game, everyone takes their lunch. It looks like sushi, but I'm a little confused why they gave them forks. Ji-hoon looks at the fork in shock and knows exactly what's going on here, and I think I do too. An argument breaks out in the bathroom between the X's and O's. Thanos, player 230, is about to strangle someone to death, but then gets stabbed in the throat by a fork. Yep, I knew those forks were there for a reason. Things are only going to get more intense. Episode 7, Friendship and Blood. The fight carries on and turns into a bloodbath. Eventually the loudspeakers come on, broadcasting the players who didn't make it. This brought a bunch of confusion to those who were oblivious to the fight. We pan over back to the boat. The drone pilot wakes up because he is seasick. Gross. He catches the captain tampering with the drone. Uh-oh, I didn't see this one coming. The captain ends the drone pilot's life and throws him overboard. Well, I guess we know why they can't find the island now. Makes sense. The X's do a head count and realize they will win the vote because they lost 2 players and the O's lost 3. So as long as no one defects or is eliminated, they win. Lights out is in 30 minutes. Uh-oh, if it's anything like season 1, we know where this is going. Ji-hoon tells everyone that the O's will attack in the night, but he also wants to stage a revolt against the games, so he devises a plan. He waits for the fight to start. The lights go out and a second massacre ensues. When the lights come back on, Ji-hoon and many people helping him pretend to be dead on the floor. When the guards scan the bodies to confirm their elimination, the gang disarm them and eliminate the guards with their own weapons. He asks if anyone wants to join him in eliminating the games. They need to round up all the guns and ammo and follow him. A real hero if you ask me. They walk up those same colored hallways where they encounter an ambush. They capture a guard and he tells them where to go, right before he gets shot. Ji-hoon leads a few others further while some stay behind to cover them. They make it to a purple room, which is practically right outside the control room. But they are pinned. They call for backup and Oh Young answers, which is the front man's alias. Young Il makes it to them and flanks around with 2 other men. Right as they are about to fire from the flank, Young Il shoots and betrays the 2 men. He goes back to being the front man. Everyone that was covering Ji-hoon in the previous room are falling one by one. Ji-hoon and Zhang Bei surrender and put down their guns. The front man comes down the stairs and tells Ji-hoon that their actions have consequences and takes out Zhang Bei, his best friend. Ouch, pretty brutal if you ask me. And that's it for season 2. We do get a post-credit cinematic where we see the large girl from Red Light Green Light, only this time there's a second statue. A boy with a hat. Oh man, what a bunch of twists and turns near the end. Honestly, I was just as surprised as you are. Overall, the series is pretty good. It has the right amount of emotion, betrayal, violence, and a plot that keeps fans coming back over and over again. Be sure to check out season 3, coming out on Friday, June 27th. Did you enjoy this recap of Squid Game season 2? What did you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. As for our personal rating, we give it 9 creepy girl statues out of 10. Not quite a masterpiece, but still really good. If you enjoyed this recap, remember to like, subscribe, and face punch that bell button. That way, you won't miss any upcoming recaps. If you don't, the men in pink suits might come kidnap you in the middle of the night. Anyway, as always, I'm Devolt, and this has been Recap.